Isn't that right, Mike?
That's right. I'm Mike Daly, the game director of Rift Apart. In addition to playing through the opening of the game, we'll also be taking your questions live and talking about what it was like to develop the game behind the scenes. So please join us at twitch.tv/InsomniacGames at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you there.
All right, we're now about to be joined by the one and only Giancarlo Esposito to talk Far Cry 6. Giancarlo, thank you for joining us. Why did you want to take on this role?
They came to me with this phenomenal idea and had proposed that I play Anton Castillo, the leader of Yara, with this big vision and dream for his country. And it really appealed to me because he was a guy who first came from a love of his family and a love of his community and country. And it was so in line with what's going on in the world politically today and what has happened in the past. I thought, what a great opportunity. The other part of it is it's just a different technology that's so brand new. And it excites me as a filmmaker that I wanted to be a part of it.
All right, well, you've played some absolutely amazing villains in your career. What was it like being a video game villain?
No, I'm not a villain. I gotta push back on you. I'll let you finish. But this guy loves his country. He wants to empower you, Keely. He wants to empower you to stand up and speak your truth. Now, you can go back to calling me a villain if you like.
Well, you are smiling on the box. You're a good guy, right?
I am, because I feel like we as human beings fall in line. And I want to be a renegade within reason. How do you like that? Because I think part and parcel of us falling in line and doing what we need to do and thinking about the cumulative effect of our doing what's right, and the example of that is also to stand up and say, no, I do agree that they're good and bad about all people, but this guy, out of his love and passion for his people, even if they're faceless to him at certain points in time, allow him to be an absolute hero.
Speaking of your character, who did you base him on or study to create this character?
It's so interesting because, of course, the obvious choice to study is Fidel Castro, and it is Cuba, an island that had so many resources, but really the dream of the ability of the dictator to cultivate those resources, something got in the way there. And hopefully that can change in the years to come. It's funny you asked me that question because I was just talking to one of my daughters about Ceausescu and also Hitler, because we were talking about zodiac signs and what signs were certain people. What is that mindset that has you wanting to have power over others? And for each dictator, it's different. She'd never heard of Ceausescu and studied political science and all this in college. Where'd my money go? So anyway,
All right, well, one last question for you. Who would win in a square-off between Gus Fring, Moff Gideon, and Anton?
You know, and I have my favorites in those two. So you asked me this question. And you know, immediately I say Moff Gideon. Immediately. You know, somehow I think Gus is colder and displays that coldness in a very particular way. You know, I think Anton could be the most violent man on earth, but given his situation, he may not rise to that occasion or may not have the time. Moff Gideon is otherworldly. This guy thinks in a different way, and he knows what you're thinking before you say it. And he does all his own dirty work, and he has an incredible tool to help him out. So I'm going to say Moff Gideon.
Fair enough. All right, Giancarlo, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will check out the revolution in Far Cry 6.
And I can't wait for it to begin. Let the games begin!
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Giancarlo. If you haven't picked up on it yet, Prime Gaming unlocks a ton of in-game benefits for Amazon Prime members, like an exclusive Valkyrie skin in Apex Legends, $200,000 in GTA cash every week you play GTA Online, and in Fall Guys, you get a special Burning Circuits costume for your bean through June 21st. Now, speaking of Fall Guys, the time has come to reveal a brand new costume coming to the game based on a legendary game franchise. Check it out.
Vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away.
Organizing the clash is my way of uncovering hidden talents, and hopefully this time, getting a vision to glow again.
Your opponent is new to the clash, but he has quickly become the dark horse of the tournament.
The vision is missing.
The sounds of nature turn into a clamor of noise during stormy weather. The winds are coming. Clouds high. The birds come!
So today we've announced games, a publisher, Prime Matter, so why not announce a developer too? And joining me now are Dave Anthony and Jason Blundell from the newly formed Deviation Games. We know you guys well from all your amazing work over the years at Treyarch and Call of Duty Black Ops, but what can we expect from your new studio, guys?
Well, thanks, Jeff. And look, Jason and I, we've been mates for donkey's years. And we're like an all-married couple, Jeff. And we've been working together for decades. And we've worked on some huge franchises. You know the games. You know, they've done well. And, but we thought, you know, when you're working on those franchises, the long-established IPs, you're working within very, very tight constraints creatively about what you can do. So we thought, after all these years, you know, what if we deviated?
Yes.
So that's Deviation Games.
Okay.
So, Jeff, just trust me, all bets are off. From day one, we got complete financial security to work with creative freedom and time, not just to make a brand new IP, which is what we're doing, but a groundbreaking new IP with innovation at its very core. And the team at Deviation Games, the culture we have is really, really simple. There's no place for ego. It's the best idea that always wins, and that's Deviation Games.
All right, well, big ideas from you guys as we would expect. Now, I know it's very early and there is nothing to show on the game today, but can you tell us a bit about what kind of game you're making? What can we expect?
Yeah, I mean, you're very right there, Jeff. Very early, but a lot of exciting stuff going on. So essentially, we spent the last year building the team, right? And so what we knew was we wanted to collect passionate, creative, collaborative people and bring them together kind of under one roof, and that's what Deviation Games is. So yeah, we don't have anything to show right now, but that collaboration, that imagination is going on, and we're going to have something that's going to, I think, leave an indelible mark in the industry when we come out.
All right, well, with you guys involved, as I said, we're excited about it. There is one more piece of the puzzle, though, that you want to reveal today, and for that, let's take a look at this. Okay, big news. The stage has changed. Blue of PlayStation, so you're partnering with PlayStation. What can you tell us about that partnership?
That's right, Jeff. And the partnership with PlayStation, it's all about quality. From soup to nuts, this project is all about quality. And our team of deviators that we have back in the studio, we're doing this for you. We are so proud of you. And the partnership with Sony, it's very, very simple. I mean, God, just look at the track record of consistency, of high-quality games that they do. It's hit after hit. It's award after award. And now we've been part of this process, and we see how they do things. Yeah. It's really clear how they're managing to accomplish that. So we couldn't be more proud to expand PlayStation's portfolio, which we're going to do in a very, very significant way.
I mean, let's just face it, right? Sony rocks, and they get our kind of brand of crazy, so we're very happy with this partnership.
All right, so Deviation Games, PlayStation, brand new IP, a mega IP, it sounds like, coming in the future, and hopefully we'll see you guys again in the future to see more on what you're working on.
Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Awesome. All right, Dave, Jason, thank you very much, guys. All right, well, this year is the 30th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog, and later this month, we are honored to be premiering the full Sonic Symphony performance. But right now, here's the Philharmonic Orchestra in Prague performing the music of Sonic Unleashed. Love orchestra music. All right, Sunday, Warner Brothers Games and Turtle Rock will be giving players a new look at the zombie multiplayer fun of Back 4 Blood. And right now, we've got a quick tease of a new boss and news on the beta coming later this summer.
To go and get and they talk about all the lives they never got to live. I never learned from my mistakes until I'm too late to do anything.
Take this!
You get just what you give. Get high with your
One of the things I'm most passionate about is getting you guys access to play more games at home. Last year, Steam and Xbox did incredible demo events around Summer Game Fest, and this year, Steam's Next Fest starts next Wednesday, and Xbox is back again to do an ID at Xbox demo event, which I'm announcing right now. It starts on Tuesday, and it's completely free, no badges required. One of the games I'm most excited about in the lineup is TUNIC from my fellow Canadian Andrew Scholdice. Here he is to give you a little sneak preview of the brand new demo, which you can exclusively play on Xbox starting on Tuesday.
Hi, my name is Andrew Scholdice, and I'm working on TUNIC, which is an isometric action adventure about a tiny fox in a big world where you explore the wilderness, fight monsters, and find secrets. I first started working on it about 6 years ago, and it's been changing a lot over the years, but I'm really excited about where we've gotten it to today. So in Tunic, you start the game and you are a little fox that's washed up on a beach, and you don't have a whole lot of context except for, a lust for adventure. And you are going to wander off, and maybe you're going to find a stick, and maybe if you venture a little bit further, maybe you're going to find a sword. And it's really about that sense of discovery, about wondering what's around the next corner. People have played the game at shows before, but we wanted to put together a brand new demo that was, for the home audience. And so it's full of never before seen stuff, a brand new dungeon, a bunch of areas people haven't seen before.
So excited about Tunic, and Sable also is going to be one of the games in that, along with a lot of other awesome titles. So check that out next week on Xbox. Next up, Stave Off Ragnarok, in this ancient Norse-inspired co-op action survival RPG that you can also fully play solo. Classic hack-and-slash gameplay goes Viking in Norsefeld's Tribes of Midgard, launching on PlayStation and PC July 27th. Here is the brand new trailer.
The giants have come to Midgard, and you have been chosen by the gods to protect this realm. But your first task is to find some new clothes that aren't as drafty. Your tribe's journey starts in the wilderness. Hunt down pets, gather rare resources, and explore the untamed world. Once you've plundered all you can carry, return to your village and use those resources to forge Viking-worthy gear. You must protect the seed of Yggdrasil at all costs, or this world and everything in it will be destroyed forever. So take heed. Ahead things rise when the sun sets. Destroy these dark spirits before they destroy the seed. Each victorious knight makes way for a new day, to venture into new lands, build to greater heights, and face fiercer creatures. And with great risk comes great rewards. But be careful, you're of little use to Midgard squashed by a troll. Craft legendary weapons, build deadly defenses, and grow the strength of your tribe, because those giants are on their way. And it's time for us to end their path of destruction. Let's show them our might is greater than their height. As the saying goes, Valhalla can't wait.
Who's ready for some Evil Dead? We announced this game last December at TGA, and now it's time for an extended look at the gameplay. To tell us more, let's turn it over to my friend, Tim Willits from Saber.
Hi, Jeff. It's great to see you. Today, we have some extended footage of The Evil Dead, the game. We are excited to show you this, and to help me explain it is Bruce Campbell. Thank you.
Hola, cyber friends. I'm Bruce Campbell. You know me as Ash Williams, the dude who saved the world from evil. I'm here to bring you the lowdown on the upcoming Evil Dead, the game. You and your friends will team up as classic Evil Dead heroes to live the nightmare. You'll use savage finishing moves or tear evil a new one. Or, if you're not into the whole save the world thing, we have another option. You can play as the vile Kandarian demon itself. But who would want to do that? He'd be a dick. With the power of possession in your arsenal, you'll scare those goody two-shoes to death. Literally, you can do that if you're a dick. Whether you choose the path of evil or righteousness, you'll be throwing down in places you've seen before. You'll collect pages of the Necronomicon, uncover Nobi's lost tapes, and track down other legendary artifacts. When you've grabbed enough, you'll use a spell to send the Kandarian son of a bitch back to the hellhole it came from. Soon, you'll experience the horror yourself, but for now, I'll leave you with this thought. It was no accident that Ash always wore brown pants.
I'll spoil those good.
Okay, guys, now it's time for the grand finale to the show. This is extremely special. Today, I am so deeply honored to be given the opportunity to share this next game. It comes from one of our industry's most acclaimed developers and a previous Game of the Year winner at the Game Awards. I want to personally thank this developer for believing in my vision of Summer Game Fest as a new way to bring all of us together for a cross-industry showcase and kick off the summer in the right way. So, without further ado, please sit back and enjoy this truly spectacular world premiere. It is finally time.
The tarnished will soon return, guided by grace once lost. The Golden Order is broken to its core.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition. Someone must extinguish thy flame.
They will fight, and they will die. In an unending curse. For how else is a champion or a lord to be born?
Lowly tarnished, playing as a lord. I command thee now!
Brandish the Elden Ring. For all of us.
It actually happened. Elden Ring is coming, as you saw, January 21st, 2022 to next gen, current gen. It's so incredible, and I want to thank so much Miyazaki-san and the team at From for sharing that in-game look at Elden Ring. I hope you guys are happy. Oh my God, I'm free, out of prison, all right. And that's going to do it for Summer Game Fest Kickoff Live. Thank you so much to all the developers who took part, and for you and watching around the world, it means so much to me. Summer Game Fest continues all weekend with Netflix Geeked Week and Prime Matter tomorrow, Ubisoft Forward on Saturday, and Xbox and Bethesda on Sunday, Square Enix as well. Head to summergamefest.com for the full and complete schedule, and this is really just the kickoff to summer and a ton of other amazing events that I'm fully supportive of, and I'm very excited to see what they have in store for us as well. As for me, I'll see you again on August 25th for Gamescom Opening Night Live. And this December, I am so happy to say that the Game Awards will return as an in-person ceremony at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles. More details are coming later this summer. Thanks again for being a part of Summer Game Fest. We will see you tomorrow for more, and stay tuned for the Day of the Devs with I Am 8-Bit and Double Fine right now. Good night, everybody.
Hello and welcome to Day of the Devs, a digital showcase of the best of independent games, brought to you by Double Fine and I Am 8-Bit. We've been putting on the show for 9 years, believe it or not, usually in person here in San Francisco, where people can come for free and meet developers and play great games and listen to music and have a great time together. And we can't wait to get back to that, but until we can, we're going to still keep bringing games to you so you can check them out via this magical digital medium that we have here. We put out the call for submissions, and people from around the world sent in their games, and in fact this year was a record number of submissions. So Day of the Devs is bigger than ever, and the games are really, really, really good. And we've picked the best ones to show you here today. I want to thank our generous sponsors for their contributions, because we really couldn't have done this without their help, so thanks to them. I always get so inspired when I see this collection of games, because the talent and inspiration and creativity on display just makes me really excited to be part of this art form and industry, both to make games and to play them, and I just feel really excited afterwards, so I hope you do too. So please enjoy Day of the Devs.
So y'all probably know AXIOM VERGE. It's a very popular Metroidvania, came out now 6 years ago, believe it or not. And ever since, Tom Happ, the original creator, has been working on a sequel, which we're about to show you here. I think you'll be surprised and excited if you're a fan of the original. He's doing some interesting new things here, so please enjoy.
Hello, I'm Tom Happ. I'm really excited to share with you some new details about AXIOM VERGE 2. AXIOM VERGE 2 plays a bit different from the original game. Whereas the main character, Trace, used a projectile-based weapon in the first game, Indra's combat style is primarily melee. But brute strength isn't Indra's primary weapon. It is a contest of mind over matter, brains over brawn. Indra's ability to hack enemies and alter their behavior gives her a strong advantage no matter how formidable the enemy. In AXIOM Verge 2, it will be possible to complete the game without fighting any of the bosses. I've talked to many people who love exploring the world of Sudra in AXIOM Verge, only to get stuck at a boss they just couldn't get past, and that ended the game experience for them. For players out there who love a good boss fight, they're there for you and will be rewarded for your efforts. But if you prefer to run right past them and keep exploring, that's a completely valid way of experiencing AXIOM Verge 2. AXIOM Verge 2 will be here before you know it, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone discover all of the mysteries it has to offer. Oh, and one more thing. In addition to PC and Switch, we're excited to announce AXIOM Verge 2 is also coming to PlayStation 4 and 5.
I just can't even with this next game. It's so delightful. It's pure glee in a game brought to you by the gang at something we made out of Sweden. It's called TOEN. It has the best art style and is just pure happiness. Try not to smile.
Hello.
Hejsan.
My name is Nicholas.
And I'm Lucas.
And we are Something We Made. And we're excited today to show our game called TOEN. You play as an amateur photographer on a journey to see the magical phenomenon known as TOEN. But first, you need to get there by bus. And to earn your bus rides, you need to help the various quirky characters found in the different regions. The Photographing Guild will challenge your photographic skills with specific challenges. As you stroll along various locales, you'll run into puzzles that will have you using different tools. There's a lot to see and photograph in TOEN. And many friends to meet along the way. ourselves are based in a super small town called Karlshamn, which is pretty calm and tranquil. We want to try to capture that inside the game to hopefully make you feel at peace and content while playing TOEN. Hopefully you have a great time playing TOEN, and we can't wait to see your photos. Don't forget to wishlist on Steam.
That's what he said.
Our next game pits you against your friends to run the fastest time through a series of dungeons. This is Phantom Abyss from Team Weeby and Devolver Digital.
Hi, I'm Ben Marinin from Team Weeby, and I'm the lead designer on Phantom Abyss. In Phantom Abyss, the goal is to grab a relic buried deep within a procedurally generated temple. However, you only get one shot, and if you die, you never get to try that temple again. Phantom Abyss is an asynchronous multiplayer game, where temples are filled with the Phantoms, previous players who tried a temple before you and died. Eventually, when someone claims the relic, they'll seal off that temple, meaning only one person in the world will ever beat a specific temple. Players are equipped with a whip, which they can use to climb obstacles and interact with the world around them. Phantoms also interact with the world, which can be used both to your advantage and disadvantage, so be careful. As players delve deeper into a temple, they become hunted by that temple's guardian. Guardians are incredibly powerful beings that will stop at nothing to prevent you from claiming a relic. There are many different types of whips that players can use in the game, which have their own strengths and weaknesses. You can also spend coins during a run to receive powerful blessings. The game's scheduled to be entering early access on Steam very soon, and I can't wait for everyone to enter this world as they start making phantoms and claiming relics. I hope you enjoy it.
Our next title is a heartwarming tale of fruits, fungi, and frogs. It's all about a little grape who is tasked with caretaking their island home and protecting it from invasive rot. Much like my own gardening experience out here, this is a game of questing, combat, cultivation, and building a community of pals. This is Garden Story.
Hey everyone, my name's Will Lewis. I'm a co-founder of Rose City Games, and we are publishing Garden Story. Garden Story is being developed by our friend Picogram, with music by our friend Graham Nesbitt. There's a lot to do in Garden Story. It's combat, exploration, management, where you're constantly learning about new characters and about parts of the island that you're kind of helping put back together. Moving between the seasonal villages of your island, you take on a lot of requests and challenges to help your community and discover a history between the characters and what's been going on there recently. There's this omnipresent, mysterious enemy called the Rot that's been popping up in force, and it's your job as the island's new guardian to take it on, even though you are the youngest greenling there. It's so fun to explore the really charming and chill elements of the game. There's really just a lot to discover. A lot of mystery mixed in with the gameplay, and a lot of really great atmosphere with how the art and the music comes together. The combination of some of Garden Story's more classic game inspiration with that chilled out, bright art and music style is really special to us. It's really easy to jump in and feel good about living in the world. The art and animation, music and sound effects bring something really, really new while making sure that you are comfortable in the game and feel right at home, despite all the new challenges in front of Little Guardian Concord. We can't wait to see you in the Grove when Garden Story comes out this summer.
Whether you've been trying to perfect sourdough or just get through all the piles of panic bought pasta you've accumulated, quite a few of us have spent a bit of time in the kitchen this past year. This next game aims to take your real-life cooking abilities to the next level, whether you're a seasoned chef or a culinary catastrophe. It's a super chill cooking sim that specifically explores the fascinating world of Philippine, Korean, and Japanese cuisines. Sit back and allow us to nourish your senses. This is Soup Pot.
I'm Gwen Foster from Chicken Club, and we're a collective of game developers making a game called Soup Pot. Soup Pot is a chaotic and chill cooking simulator that allows players to discover more than 100 different recipes from different regions, all of which can be accessed in a social media app called Cookbook.
Teka lang, where's my recipe? Recipe, take me back my energy. Energy, ito yung bawang na I cannot see. Panghalo to sa delicacy.
What makes our game unique is that there are no fail states. We wanted players to be able to learn and fail and have fun with cooking. Cooking has always been part of many games, but has rarely been the central mechanic. For Soup Pot, we work with chefs and cooks to make sure that the recipes in-game you could also make in real life. For the first time, we are showing that Soup Pot is just not limited to dishes that can be made with cooking pots. You can also grill and skewer.
Kalma lang yung fire pre, baka masunog yun. Ano bang susunod, di mo ba alam yun? Take a look na lang sa recipe sa karton. Don't you worry now, here cooking news is so clear. Mix mo lang with everything, busog yag until next year.
At Chicken Club, we love games like Overcooked, Cooking Simulator, Hot Pot for One, Tenba, and Moonglow Bay. We hope that our game makes you love cooking just as much as we do.
Next game comes from Glee-Cheese Studio in France. This is a musical story. It's a beautiful adventure game that trades in dialogue trees for rhythm-based gameplay.
Hello everyone, I'm Charles Bardin, game designer and co-composer at the French video game company Glee-Cheese Studio, and the game we're going to show you today is called A Musical Story.
Did we make it? Where am I? Wait, who am I? Am I dreaming? I can hear music. Yeah, I know this. This is my band. This is our music. This was our dream.
In a musical story, you play music to unlock memories. The game is set against a 70s backdrop, with influences from Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin or Jimi Hendrix, and tells the story of Gabriel, a young musician trying to come to terms with his situation through the connections to his musical memory. Gabriel and his friends decide to participate in the legendary Pinewood Festival. Gabriel will experience friendship, love, but also very hard times as he struggles with addiction. The entire story is told without using a single word. The gameplay is very different from any musical game you know, as there's no visual playhead on screen. Everything is based on your ability to listen to the music and understand it, making it a very organic and rewarding experience. We and our friends at Digerati have put hearts and souls searching for the best possible balance between fun gameplay mechanics and a meaningful and soulful story. We really hope you'll enjoy the game when it releases later this year on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, iOS and PC, and we are super excited to tell you that a free demo is available to download on Steam right now. Have a good day everyone.
Video games are such a beautiful medium because you can literally make them out of anything. Developer Kong Orange, who made the criminally underrated Felix the Reaper, are back with a painstakingly nuanced and super hyper detailed stop motion experience called Vocabulantis. And while stop motion is nothing new to games, their POV and perspective here is something really special, and it's still a few years out, but we're pretty pumped for it.
My name is Johan Oettinger, and I am the stop motion part of Vocabulantis.
I'll need a word with the word Führer. His stupid interjection army is destroying Vocabulantis and my speaker scope. What did my speaker scope ever do to? Wait, the elevator is coming. This could be useful. Yes, plan. The humans will find me here. I need them both up here. Yes, clever.
I've made stop motion since I was a child, and I do it professionally now, but ever since the Neverhood came out in the 90s, I've dreamt of making a stop motion animated video game. But where you can control the characters, they can run and they can jump and they can grab onto things. But then it's fully stop motion animated, where the animator moves the puppet and you take a photo and the animator moves the puppet again. But to make it more interesting, we do it a little bit different. So the animator moves the puppet and we take the photo. So as you can see, each pose of the puppet is photographed several times with different light directions. And out of them, we can combine those photos into a normal map. The character running around in the 3D engine will have light information based on real light.
Oh, you decided to come back? Evil boy of no use. None of you speak. I remember now. But listen then. Now I need your help. See that handle up there? Go pull it. If you have any questions, speak now. I thought so. Clever.
It really integrates into the handmade sets that are photogrammetried in our photogrammetry scanner over here. Let me show you. So there is a motion control that controls the camera back there, and then the same motion control controls the objects, and the camera back there takes from each position of the camera, it's around 100 photos. The software turns it into a mesh, and then we use that in the game engine. We want it to look like a stop-motion film, but still we can make all the levels fun to play and interesting to play. Thank you so much for checking Vocabulantis out. I hope you liked what you see. We are looking forward to show you more.
Yes, get up now. Now show that you are worth some use at least.
Having been pretty much rooted to the spot for over a year now, the desire to jump in the car, drive off into the sunset and never look back is strong in all of us. This next game from the creator in the car drive off into the sunset and never look back is strong in all of us. This next game from the creators
and reach the border, which is thousands of miles away in the mountains. As you try to get closer to the border, you will come across different characters, each of them with their unique backgrounds, storylines, and very strong personalities.
Before we get much further, I should let you know that I have some anger management issues. Now you know. So, where are we headed today with Happy Taxi? Then just north it is. Now sit back and enjoy your ride with Happy Taxi.
By making those decisions along the way, you start tracing your own path to the border, and that path will be different for each player.
I saw you looking at my mags. Are you a fan of dinosaurs? I won't get angry if you aren't. What?
You will discover personalities of this country inhabitants, their backgrounds, their secrets, their trauma, and progressively, by all the decisions, you may even change their country.
Guess you forgot I had a gun! Now, get in your filthy van and find me a light.
I'm Mikey Goodman. I play Jared and many other characters on the Road 96.
I feel like having a smoke.
A lot of bad things happened in his life. He's really bitter and he's kind of taken his revenge out on everyone else.
Depending on your tastes, the destination, and most importantly, the path to the destination will vary from thousands of possibilities.
They helped me, played games with me, they stole my money. And they made me realize that I have to come back home. I have to make my own way, to help the brigades. Where am I? Road 13, Road 42, Road 67, Road 96.
While it's still early, developer Strafon has created something really special and unique with the Wandering Village. On paper, it's a town building sim. You go about your business, you build up your population, erect buildings, mine for resources, but it has a really rad twist.
Hello everybody, we're Claudio Beck.
Hi.
And Philomena Schwab from Strafon Studio, and we're here today to present to you our upcoming game, The Wandering Village, a city building simulation game on the back of a giant wandering creature.
Our studio is known for doing science-based games, and this one is based in biology and ecology. Visually, the game is inspired by Moebius and Studio Ghibli, and musically, it's influenced by various forms of folkloric music from all around the world. Your people will be escaping and seeking shelter from a toxic fungus. And they will find it on this giant animal they call umbu. Traveling from biome to biome, bringing new opportunities, but also new challenges. And you're going to be communicating with the umbu to create and build on your symbiotic relationship.
If you build this specific building, the horn tower, near the animal's head, so it will be able to hear you, you then get this additional view of zooming out to the animal and giving it different commands. Such as run or lay down. But the umbu is still a wild creature, and so it may decide to listen to you, but sometimes it won't, depending on mood and your relationship with the animal. We are big fans of city builders and colony sim games in general. Don't Starve, Black and White, The Settlers, RimWorld and Banished, and all of them inspired us. If I have to choose two games that are most similar to ours, it would be Frostpunk and Airborne Kingdom, because they not only share our genre, but they also have a unique setting and a limited building space. We're hoping to release The Wandering Village on Steam Early Access later this year in Q4. So if you liked what you saw, please consider to leave us a wish list. And if you want to stay up to date with the development of the game, come join us on Discord. Thanks for your attention. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Next up is Unbeatable from D-Cell Games, just coming off a super successful Kickstarter campaign. Oddly, it's another beautiful narrative adventure game with rhythm mechanics, but much different than a musical story, so please enjoy.
I'm Andrew Tsai.
I'm TJ Maddox.
I'm Rachel Lake.
I'm Vasily Nikolaev.
I'm Jeffrey.
I'm RJ Lake.
And we are D-Cell Games. We're making Unbeatable,
an anime-inspired rhythm adventure game where music is illegal
and you do crimes.
The basic setup is simple. You have two buttons, one button for up and one button for down.
That framework powers everything, from fighting off monsters during a rock concert, to winning an eating competition, to playing darts.
In between that, you're going to be exploring the city, avoiding the authorities, talking to locals, finding hidden secrets, and, of course, planning out your illegal underground concerts.
In this early section of the game, Beat, that's the girl with the pink hair, and her 3 bandmates have just barely managed a daring escape from the local police.
They find themselves washed up on a beach on the outskirts of the city, and now need to scope out a venue and figure out where they're going to lie low and practice.
Before you go on for the big show, you're going to be finalizing the songs that you're playing.
The songs you have access to here are all based on what Beat and the band have managed to write, which is influenced by all of your decisions.
Unbeatable is a synthesis of everything we love about our favorite games with the memories that we have watching bootleg anime as kids.
With Unbeatable, we're telling a multi-generational story about nostalgia and the ways that nostalgia objects change when viewed with different contexts. We're enormously excited for everyone to check it out when it's done.
Since that will be a bit, why not download our free demo, Unbeatable White Label, right now? You can grab it on Steam and itch, and it will let you play through a dozen songs already.
Thank you from everybody at D-Cell Games.
Our pals at Devolver Digital are back with developer Acid Nerve for Death's Door. This is the team behind Titan Souls, so if you're a fan of super challenging combat, tight boss battles, and birds with swords, you're gonna dig this one.
Hi, I'm David Fenn. I'm a producer and designer at Acid Nerve, and we're working on a game called Death's Door. It's a fantasy action-adventure set in a strange world where nothing naturally dies anymore, and this group of lazy office worker crows are in charge of maintaining some sense of order. You play as one of the crows, and your job is to venture into the outside world and reap the souls of the dead. Combat focuses on intense, fast-paced brawls, where mistakes are punished and skill is rewarded. Our background is in tight 2D pixel art action, and we've been careful to maintain the responsiveness of this style. The world is fully explorable and it's entirely handcrafted. All of the characters and enemies that you meet have memorable, twisted designs as well. Death's Door has plenty of high-octane action, but it's equally about discovering the secrets of its unique setting and unravelling its mysterious story. The structure and the scope of the gameplay most closely match one of our oldest inspirations, The Legend of Zelda. You have a grim job to do, but you'll also bring hope to the weird and wonderful residents who are trying to make their way in this strange place. The setting and the circumstances are bleak, but the moment-to-moment interactions have touches of humour and positivity. It's this juxtaposition that we find so compelling, and we really hope that you do as well. If so, you can look forward to playing Death's Door when it comes out this summer. Thanks very much.
Over the last generation of games, we've seen such crazy leaps in animation, but it's not just technology leading the charge, it's artistry. Behind the Frame is a perfect example of that. It's a narrative-focused experience from a developer out of Taiwan called Silver Lining Studio, and it's got serious Ghibli vibes. Also, rumor has it during playtests, it's been known to be a tearjerker.
Hey guys, I'm Wei-Chen Lin. We're a Silver Lining studio located in Taiwan. Today we're going to show you a little bit of our game, Behind the Frame.
Yeah.
Behind the Frame is a puzzle-solving, story-oriented game. The story is about a painter who is pursuing her lifelong dream to become a professional artist.
Alright.
We really want to make the game feel like anime film, so we use cel anime style to differentiate interactive objects from backgrounds. The gameplay is in first-person perspective,
Okay.
with several cutscenes. which she later on will find out her apartment has some secrets that she didn't know of. Like I mentioned before, we want this game to have anime and whimsical feels, so we chose hand-paint 2D panorama environments instead of building a 3D model. The story is really about love, life, and how to preserve memories. We are really excited to be part of Date of Death. Thank you guys.
We've always felt like the mission of Day of the Devs needed to extend beyond our own bandwidth, so we always take a turn to spotlight organizations around the world that are doing good by the gaming community. One of those is Asobu. They're based in Tokyo, and they're helping indie devs in Japan make their dream projects come true.
Hi everyone, my name is Anne and I'm the manager of Asobu, a community hub for indie creators here in Tokyo.
遊ぶっていうのは何なのか。遊ぶのコンセプト自体はコミュニティを作っていく、コミュニティを醸成していくということです。今具体的にどういう活動をしているかというと、渋谷にコミュニティスペースを運営して、そこをベースとして活動をしている初期メンバーの方々が主にゲーム制作を活動をしています。
Here at Asobu, we are all about helping Japanese creators. We're trying to build a community where they can learn from each other, find friends, collaborators, promote their project by connecting them with other awesome indie communities all over the world or outlets, like today, the Day of the Dev.
すごくいろんな人々にとってはゲームを作るということがどういうことなのか割と分かりづらいことなんだと思います。それをゲーム作りはこういう人々がやっていてこういうプロセスでこういうふうにやってるそしてこういう成功を収めることができるそういうことを広くいろんな人に伝えていきたいと思っています。そんなコミュニティをクリエイターたちと一緒に作っていくことによって新しい風が吹くのかなと思っています。
But back to the end point on promoting Japanese indies, here is a few games to keep an eye on. Head is a unique 2D puzzle platformer being solo developed by the young creator Namatakashi. You play as a tiny robot, trying to bring back the light to the world. Electricity runs through everything you touch. Including any place you toss your robot head. Head is due out on Steam and itch.io later this year. Demolition Robots KK put you in control of a giant robot, how to make all the cash you can by destroying as many buildings as possible. Developed by Takaaki Ichijo, this is multiplayer mayhem with a twist. Switch viewers can influence the game by choosing items or actions on screen. Demolition Robots KK is planned for PC and console release later this year. Walk is a survival horror title from Kazuni Games. Inspired by influential games from the PlayStation 1 era, Walk takes place at dusk in an unnamed Japanese suburb. You control a defenseless schoolgirl trying to return home before dark. As she's pursued by mysterious shadow creatures. Kazuni Games is planning to launch Walk as a Kickstarter later this year. And that's all for today. Thank you so much, Day of the Dev, for having us. We're big fans and it really means a lot to be a part of this. If any of the stuff I talked about sounds interesting, please stop on our Asobu Discord or any of our events to check out and say hi. On our website, asobu.dev, we're launching a community profile section where both foreign and domestic creators and collaborators can use to find each other. And please keep an eye on our next Asobu Indie Showcase coming this September. Hope to see you there.
On its surface, our next game is a serene slice-of-life fishing RPG in a tranquil setting in 1980s Canada. Underneath the waves, there lies exciting adventure, exploration, and angling. Jump on board and join us on an epic voyage, and maybe you'll encounter the mystical monsters of Moonglow.
Hi, I'm Zach, Creative Director.
And I'm Lo, Art Director.
And we're the co-founders of Bunny Hug.
With our lovely global team, we're working on our studio's debut game, Moonglow Bay, a relaxing slice-of-life fishing RPG based on a town of people afraid to fish.
Well, Guppy, you did it. Your first catch. 40 years, and you still surprise me. I know this place seems strange. A fishing town afraid to fish. But that's why our new venture might just stay afloat. Because all those stories about the mystical monsters of Moonglow are exactly that. Stories.
Moonglow Bay is set along the eastern Canadian coastline during the 1980s. We've always admired fishing in games like Harvest Moon and Legend of the River King. However, it's very rare to see that feature as a core mechanic, let alone in an RPG. So we've really wanted to capture the magic of fishing in these games and make it the heart of our game. As you catch and cook, you'll be able to sell a variety of recipes to upgrade your shop, gear, and fishing boat, rebuilding the economy of a town on the verge of bankruptcy.
Today, we're excited to review the aquarium. This is where you can donate, preserve, and exhibit your fish while being rewarded for your efforts.
Your journey is split into 5 distinct story arcs with a fully inhabited town to traverse and the potential for grand encounters,
documenting over 100 varied aquatic species, all while uncovering the secrets of Moonglow Bay. We're also excited to share that in addition to Xbox consoles, Game Pass, and Steam, Moonglow Bay will be coming to Epic Games Store, which you can wishlist now.
This bay is full of amazing new creatures waiting to be discovered. So we'll find them and share them with the world. Together. As long as this book is by your side. So am I. Welcome home.
This next one mashes up a bunch of genres in an unexpected way, but it's oh so satisfying. It's called Loot River, and it's from a studio called Straka out of Slovakia. And they've taken super frenzied roguelike action, procedural dungeon generation, and even a bit of Tetris, and mushed it all together in a pretty fucking cool way.
Hello everyone, I'm Miro from Straka Studio. Imagine if Diablo and Tetris had a baby. We're working on an island-shifting action roguelike coming to Xbox and PC, Loot River.
In Loot River, we wanted to create a game about total player agency. With the ability to rearrange the world, you can overcome even the strongest foes. With each death, you wake up in an alternative reality. We are right now in the hub area that you can fill with useful NPCs as you progress. The hub directly connects to the sunken village. You traverse the area using wooden platforms that you can slide in any direction you want. The platforms themselves are a handy tool in combat, dodging the fast enemy attacks, splitting groups of enemies, or providing a hasty retreat. Here, we have a chest I'd like to loot. However, these guys in group would tear me to shreds. Instead, I'll make a path for them, lure them out, circle back, and get my reward unharmed. You can parry most of the enemy attacks, and after you can counterattack. Enemies get stranger as you fight your way through Loot River. Like a mage that can lock platforms together, preventing you from escaping until you defeat it. The level design is procedural, with handcrafted elements similar to Dead Cells or Spelunky. This way, we ensure the levels feel intentional and logical, with a clear way forward, while also keeping every run different. During your journey, you'll encounter many other travelers. Some of them hostile, but many still friendly. You'll encounter merchants or aspiring artists. Or perhaps vendors who can join your group and help you unlock permanent upgrades. You'll encounter beings so powerful, your entire existence is merely a small annoyance for them.
So I love when a game has an art style that looks unlike anything else. That's definitely the case with this next game. It's from a small team in Ecuador and really captures the sights and sounds of the place well. This is Despelote.
Hi, my name is Julian and I'm the main developer of Despelote alongside Sebastián Balbuena, who is in charge of the art and the music. The game is being produced by Gabe Cusillo and Ian Berman is in charge of the sound. You play as a kid and you're sitting around in school just waiting for the day to be over because you just want to play soccer.
Ya sonó la campana, vamos. Hola.
It's 2001 and Ecuador is on the verge of qualifying to the World Cup. Qualified to the World Cup before, so it is a pretty big deal and everybody match.
Mira, wow, desde aquí se ve mi casa. Pero el perro lo dejo. Mira, se ve un perrito desde acá. ¿Vamos a jugar?
The country was just coming out of this big financial crisis. The idea of qualifying just gave a lot of people a lot of hope.
Ya, suelta la pelota, ya vamos a jugar. Miren, salgo con el team.
You don't really play a soccer match because, to be honest, it's just way more fun to kick it around
Pásame la pelota.
and annoy the people in the park. This park is inspired by a lot of the parks I used to play in as a kid, like La Carolina in Quito.
No, perro malo. Perro malo. ¿Y ahora cómo vamos a arreglar la pelota?
Disculparán a mis perritos, niños. Hijo de madre, ¿te me fuiste, Bobby?
It is full of characters just going about their day. We recorded these conversations in an improvisational
¿A
manner.
dónde, Wambra?
No, ¿a quién le paso?
Tu llamada. Queda Pepa.
We really wanted to capture this community of people, and we thought that having them improvise instead of us telling them what to say just felt way more natural. They all react to the ball in unique ways, and sometimes this leads to a big narrative moment.
Ya carajo, ya, lárguense de aquí, carajo. Yo les voy a quitar la pelota. Ya carajo, ya, lárguense de aquí, carajo. Fuera, carajo. Fuera de aquí, carajo.
Sebastian is doing an incredible job hand-drawing all the characters and modeling a city from pictures, from real pictures from places in Quito.
Lindísimo el día, entonces ustedes con la comidita que les doy ahora, ustedes también van a hacer fuerza y van a apoyar a Ecuador y mañana vamos a clasificar al mundial.
Basically, Despelote is a story about how soccer can impact a place and its culture. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it when we finally release it. Goodbye.
We have one last surprise. It's from developer Variable State, best known for their game Virginia, but with Last Stop, they evolved their narrative pedigree and take it into a much more supernatural territory. It's published by Annapurna Interactive, and that's worth mentioning because they've also been so kind to lend us a sneak peek at their upcoming Annapurna Interactive showcase, which is chock full of freeze frame moments, so you won't want to blink.
Don't stop!
We need to move him. Let's get him inside, out of sight.
Are you a human being? Like me?
Come a little closer. You two were made for each other.
I just want my body back.
So I feel like I haven't properly explained this. Are you okay travelling to the other side of the galaxy?
I read the brief.
We're making history here, Mina. Resources, technology, culture. This is the next frontier. I'm counting on you, Mina.
All right. I'll get the job done.
Dad! This is not your fault. If it's anyone's, it's mine.
I think I've made a terrible mistake.
If you want my help, you only have to ask.
I gave up everything.
Come on, Hughes. This is it. Don't you want to know what's on the other side?
And that's it. Thank you for joining us for Summer Games Fest and this Day of the Devs Developer Showcase.
See what I mean? Aren't you excited now to go make games or play games or to build a tree fort or something? Like, it's just so inspiring. And thank you to all the developers who submitted their games.
If you're looking to submit one of your awesome games for a future Day of the Devs, head on over to dayofthedevs.com and sign up for our email list. It's the first place we spill the beans on call for submissions, no matter what time of year it is.
Thanks to all of my co-hosts, thanks to I Am 8-Bit, and everybody who helped with the show.
Thank you as always for the generous support from our partners for making all of this possible. We could have not done this without you. PlayStation, Idea Xbox, Nintendo, Prime Gaming, and Steam. For the last 9 years, you've been on our court, and we super appreciate it. Extra special thanks to all the musicians who performed or lent their flavor to this broadcast. You made it all the more exciting and thrilling. We got Luca and Omniboy for We Are OFK. We got the incomparable Darren Korb and Ashley Barrett for yet again performing at a Day of the Devs, this time from the supergiant masterpiece Hades. We got the poet, the legend, Dose One, who lent us his beats yet again to round out the editorial of this.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, I hope we can see each other in person.
And we got one more to close you out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scientific.
Hello again and welcome back. You just caught the annual Day of the Dev celebration showing off a bunch of great new indies. And before that, Jeff Keighley had some great surprises for us with Summer Game Fest Kickoff Live. It's all part of IGN's Summer of Gaming 2021, which is only just getting started. I'm your host, Damon Hatfield, and here to recap everything we just saw, here are Destin Legary, Miranda Sanchez, and Ryan McCaffrey. Welcome back, everybody.
Good to be back.